I'll start with a question. How many of us know that uncertainty is a natural process of our life? And how many of us understand that through uncertainty, we can rise and shine, our character gets molded, and we learn some of the best lessons in our lives? Great. You see, life is uncertain. We cannot control what the life brings in the next stage of our life. But we can control one thing, and that thing is always within us. This thing can either break us or make us. It is called our attitude. Our attitude towards how we take life. For me, this right attitude came by filling my heart with lots of courage and love for life. With lots of courage in my heart, 9 months ago, I packed my so-called secure life in a bag and jumped in a plane with one-way ticket to experience more glory and magnificence in life. I'm Anshika Sharma, Miss Universe Nepal 2020, and this talk is not about me winning the title. This talk is about me making this unwavering decision that I'll be a winner no matter what the end result was, and embracing the uncertainties of the journey I embarked upon. So about 6 years ago, I went to Sydney, Australia in pursuit of better education and opportunities. I was only 18 years at that time. My mind was filled with the anticipation of a perfect life, and my heart was eager to experience the life of freedom and independence. I was highly determined to work hard and become that financially independent woman because I had to bear my own education fees and living expenses in Sydney. So like many other international students in Australia, I started working multiple part-time jobs, working long hours. I remember that my body was never not tired and I was always on this go mode. But my heart it felt good because I was independent in that land. Despite all the efforts, life happened. I lost a job at one point of my student life because I was told that I was incompetent for that role. You see, we all face some kind of financial crisis in our lives, and we are uncertain of how we are going to manage the coming days. As an international student in Sydney who is financing her own education and living expenses, I feared that I might not be able to pay the tuition fee of $9,000, which was due in 3 months' time. I had absolutely no intention of relying on my parents because at that point of my life, I already thought that I was a financially independent woman. So if I did not get a job in a couple of weeks, I would have to take a break on my study and pass on that trimester. Wise people say that one should take their past as their destiny and future as their, future as their willpower, which they can put together. So I decided to stop dwelling upon my fear of uncertain life and start shifting the full energy towards creating the life for myself, the perfect life for myself. I put my head down, spent days and started looking for jobs and reach out to many individuals for their references. And finally, I managed to get a job on time, and I did not have to take that trimester off. You see, uncertainties sometimes can be a little bit funny because uncertainties not only come with the chains of circumstances, but it also comes with the chains of our hearts. We as human beings, we crave for change. We want to grow. We no longer want to pursue things that do not give us happiness. And we want to make our fearless dreams that we once dreamt of alive. For me, that fearless dream that I once dreamt when I was innocently young and brave was representing my country at Miss Universe and potentially winning the crown for Nepal. But as an adult, I saw that fearless dream of mine slowly starting to fade away. Because I had understood that if I chase for that fearless dream, uncertainties will follow. So I was about 21, 22 when I graduated from a university in Sydney, and I landed a job in a multinational company. Life was going pretty smooth, and I had this goal of owning a house at the age of 25. I'm 25 now, and I don't have a house. And I'm glad that I don't. I mean, that there's nothing wrong with people buying a house at a young age. In fact, it is a very remarkable achievement if that makes them happy. But for me, individually, had I managed to get a house on a loan, I would have to spend the rest of my life paying for the mortgage, paying for the interest of that house. That too, when I had not yet fulfilled the fearless dream of mine of representing my country at Miss Universe. So in 2020, I invited uncertainties in my life. I could say that I voluntarily jumped into the pool of uncertainties. I quit my job, my so-called secure job in Australia, which was paying me decent. Forget about the house, I sold my old furniture and came to Nepal to fulfill that fearless dream of mine of becoming Miss Universe Nepal. It was a scary decision for me, and the surging COVID-19 virus made it more scary and dramatic, I would say. It was very unlikely of me to not have a set goal for my future, or in other words, leave it all to the fate. But thank God, fortunately, I made the right decision at right time, embraced the uncertainties, and here I am today as your Miss Universe Nepal 2020. I vividly remember the night I won. After the pageant was over, I remember lying on my bed feeling ecstatic. It was quite unbelievable for me that I won. And I felt immense gratitude towards the universe because my lifelong, the fearless dream of mine had finally manifested. But the next morning, the ecstatic feeling started subsiding, and I went back to enjoying the little things in life. One of the spiritual masters that I follow once said, and I quote, "Happiness doesn't come in big things. Happiness is always in little things. For the big things that come and stay in our lives momentarily, little things are in abundance. Little things like eating together with my family, sharing about my pageant journey and heartfelt laughter with my friends, meeting so many amazing people and being open to learning from them, feeling that immense joy when I decided to donate all my winning cash prize of 10 lakhs rupees for the welfare of children's education. Seeing the joy and happiness in those children's eyes, feeling the fresh air of my village, Chapa, after so long, embracing the love and warmth of my grandparents, making lifelong friends with my mentors and supporters, and so many other little things. Sure, I had my own share of insecurities, pressure, and fears when I was preparing for Miss Universe, and while I was at the pageant as well. But it only made me stronger. It made me into a person who is strong enough to be gentle and humble. So let's have faith in our uncertainties and see them as the opportunities to learn and grow. Let's make our fearless dreams alive again. Just breathe, We are strong enough to face any challenges in our lives, wise enough to find solutions to our problems, and capable enough to do whatever it takes to be done. If we want a brighter future, we should start working towards it at our dark times. So one day we will see the light and we will be living the future that we dreamt of. So let's embrace our uncertainties, because through uncertainty, our character gets molded and we learn some of the best lessons in our lives. Thank you very much. Have a great afternoon.